let's get this thing. The stream is now live. Let's get kick up and running. But let's kick. Make sure that we are streaming over. This for them. Hey, if you're out here on kick, I sincerely appreciate you. We will obviously only our division. I'm only going to do a first round to start, just to give you guys an idea of kind of where my head's at. And then we're going to go from there. Okay, so I'm going to give everybody just a quick second to roll on in here. Appreciate, again, everybody coming on by. Today we are doing NFC South draft. All right, let's get this. I'm super excited. Hopefully you guys are too. I've got the boards already saved. So the things that I'm talking about are PFF. They put out this NFL big board of their top 100 prospects of where they believe teams have their big board set up. Obviously, when we come down to Carolina, you can look at team needs and all that. We're going to go through that here in a second. Again, just going to give everybody just a quick second. I want to say thank you to everybody that is out there. I'm just excited to get this kicked off, man. We only got one more day for the draft. I think in the morning, tomorrow morning, I'm going to do a quick final draft, and then we're going to be done with this. So, yeah, let's go. All saved. Sweet, I am live. What is up, y'all? My name is Nick. This is Roll Coverage, something I love to do for the NFC South and, of course, my Carolina Panthers. I'm a big Panthers fan, big Carolina everything fan, but, of course, we don't have a baseball team yet, so for that, I'm at least a Pirates fan. So I just want to welcome you guys here today. Today, I'm going to be focusing on the NFC South. I'm going to be using the PFF big boards for each team. So obviously, we'll be using my Carolina Panthers, our division rival Atlanta Falcons, the New Orleans Saints, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Super excited to get this thing kicked off. Only going to do, you know what? Screw it. It's a 7-rounder. We're going with what I believe is actually going to happen. Now, obviously, the trades are going to be a little crazy. I'm going to try and keep it as close to where I think it's going to be, but I am going to be using the boards as to select my pick based on where it is. Okay? So I'm not going to just be making willy-nilly picks. I'm going to be using their big board for that. So for that reason, I'm going to do all 7. We're going to do it as a fast draft because, to be honest, I'm not going to be trading up. I'm not going to be doing anything like that. But, of course, I'm going to give you some insight into why I feel like they're going to go to those places. One of the things that I will say is that I do believe the New Orleans Saints, if they do not take him immediately at 9, whether or not it be Shadur, Jackson Dart, or somebody like that, which in my opinion, Dart is going to be a giant with all the links through the coaching, through the head coach and everything like that. I just feel like that's where he's going. So for that reason, I'm going to hit enter the solo draft. Let's get this thing. Cam Ward, Travis. I mean, to be honest, that's not too bad of what's going to happen. I'm absolutely not moving down to 25, so that's a rejection. 18, 50, and 52, I personally really like. And at 18, I feel like we can really get somebody that we really like. 34 is absolutely not an option. So if we're going to take it, we're going to take 18. So if that's the case, we're going to be getting somewhere where we believe, again, this is the Carolina Panthers one, the top 100 on PFF. Make sure you go check them out. They have them for all 32 teams. Again, Dave McCandless, 11 personnel. So that obviously gives us insights that a tight end is not really the focus. 3-4, so we're not really needing that nose tackle or anything. And then obviously primary is the wide receiver, which I think is going to be a later round pick, 3-4 edge, or a coverage safety. So 3-4 edge is what we're most likely going to go. The 3-4 edges that are rated high for this team is obviously Abdul Carter. Jalen Walker, who I do not believe in, but you know what? In the right scenario, he could be. A lot of people are already comparing him to Luke Kuechly, which I do not see the comparison. But the meeting that he had was apparently so stellar that he's going to be drafted considerably higher than maybe he deserves, especially compared to some of his teammates or some of the other people in this class. Continuing for 3-4 edge, we got Mike Green rated as a star, James Pierce rated as a star, Ezraku rated as a star. Let's see, Braden Swinson as a star, Princely as a star, Kyle Kennard, Josiah Stewart, Let's see. I don't see any other edges. They got a lot of depth wide receivers. The one that I really like on here, he's right in here. 3-4 edge, secondary starter 4-3 edge is. I love the 4-3 over the 3-4, but since we're running 3-4, Sawyer's probably not going to end up on this team. So for that reason, I'm a little sad. Another one that I really like here, I mean, obviously there's a lot, Walter Nolan and all that, but 3 Tech DT is obviously an ancillary need, and they believe he's rotational. So for that reason, I'm not going to take him. So for this one, if I'm Carolina, 1850, 52 probably isn't enough for me. God, is it though? Do I solve more positions? If that's the case, then we will have pick 18, 50, 50, 57. I really got to. We're in the 50s. Guys are going to fall. So a Jordan Birch at the edge starter. You know what? Let's go look at this. We're going to accept this. It's going to be a weird one. I know Carolina's probably not going to trade back to 18, but for 50 and 52, I'm going to accept it. They take Shadur Sanders. Wow. Seattle trades up for the quarterback of the future. It is not worth trading back to 22. For one trade back, I am absolutely taking this if you're the Saints. They took Will Campbell. That is a win if you're the New Orleans Saints. Going back to 38 is not worth it, especially for your needs long term. Whether or not you want to take a guard this high, no. Edge, no. It's still not worth going that far back, nor is it good going this far back. 26. If you're not feeling like since Shadur is already off the board, you're probably going a different route, obviously. 50. I feel like that's the. No, we're gonna go with this one. Yeah, I'm a big advocate of trade backs. I feel like the first one we're actually gonna sit there and take the pick is Atlanta, unless seller offer. Even then, if I take this pick, there's no way that Broncos do it. You know, I'm gonna accept it. Let them go up and get who they want. They wanted Jalen Walker. I'm gonna reject this. The Falcons are absolutely gonna have to pick here. The reason why I say that, they're most likely gonna need an edge presence. But even here, you're gonna go Michael Williams over some of these other people. Sure. Let's go look at what the big board says for them. So obviously running a 3-4, we're not going to get a whole lot of guys. So they want a 3-4 edge, a wide zone corner, box safety, zone center, and a nose tackle. Primary need is a wide zone corner or a 3-4 edge. So they do view Johnson and Barron both up there. They view Pierce as a top 7. Do they just take Pierce? I think I can't pass their first. That's what you guys really need is the edge presence. He's your highest rated 3-4 edge that's available. Unless we go with Mike Green. Mike Green was taken. So yeah, we're taking James Pierce Jr. here. We're not trading back. I'm not trading back again. I'm not trading back to 20. We are sitting and taking right ahead of our division rivals. Carolina needs the edge presence. Where do we have people? There's obviously a lot of guys. Jalen Walker's gone. Michael Williams is up there. Shamar Stewart is gone. So Michael is going to be a Carolina Panther. We're not trading out of this. We're not trading out of that to 20 for a second. I need to look at the big board. 3-4 again. I still think 4-3 is the win. Whatever. Obviously, the division has a love affair with 4. You're still looking for. I think the long term you have to take. Don't trade out of this. Don't trade out of this. Now, this is an interesting one. You could get the best guard in the draft in Tyler Booker. You could get the best tackle in the draft, in my opinion. You could get one of the better corners, one of the best safety, one of the best wide receivers. And obviously, go to the Saints. Still running that 3-4, so everybody in the division runs 3-4. We are down here. You guys obviously need the wide receiver. Primary need is for edge. Abdul Carter's gone. Ataroa is 4 on. Going there then. That's way too high. We're going to take that there. Now, really worth the trade back 90 to 5 spots. So who are we going to take if we don't? So we are on the Buccaneers. Wizard. You obviously value all of these positions high. Michael linebacker. So there's quite a bit here. I think I'm going to reject this. We're going to take Jahad. Yeah, Jahad's one of your highest rated players. He's your third highest rated player on here. Primary need and a starter. While it doesn't say star, I don't really. No need a quarterback or they have nobody rated as a star. They are all starters. Interesting. If you are the Saints here, you trade back to upgrade that second pick for sure. This is not worth the trade back. You are the New Orleans. So, Saints took your quarterback of the future. Now, in my opinion, they took Milrow. That was the way to go. So, yeah, here you take Jackson Dart. You don't really have a choice. You need a quarterback for the future, even if he sits a year behind Derek. That's really the way to go. As much as that second round pick is tantalizing, are they going to trade up for somebody? The quarterbacks are gone. They're probably coming up for an offense. When it comes here, you already took an edge. We're probably looking for a wide zone somebody like that. Or a box safety with M3. Reject this. We're going to sit and pick. I know obviously I've had the division trade out and do some interesting stuff, but you'll see why. You do need the defensive tackle, so Kenneth Grant might be. Oh, wait. Kenneth Grant, nose tackle, is a primary need. This might be a little bit easier. Check the screen to make sure. Oh, no, not load. Hold on, guys. I apologize. I do not. I was trying to make it easier, but apparently that is not. But yeah, it's just going to have to stay here. Sorry. I was trying to make it this way. Maybe it might be a little bit easier on me. They took the guard that obviously is going to be an amazing star, and Jonah Savanyea, or however you're going to say his name. Now, when it comes to the Falcons, land is here. Jahad's gone. A lot of these guys are gone. Mason Graham, you did. Evan Warren is Donovan Jackson. He went to the Bills. Oh, actually, here, I'm going to be honest. You take Kenneth Grant, better of the defense. So I trade back. Oh, back 13, but that other pick gets massively upgraded. I have a pick in 2. I don't think they're going to take my guy, JT Tiamalu. Nope, we're not trading back for 4. Worth the trade back for a guard. He's probably going to be our pick. So for this, I'm going to reject. Okay. So obviously, we are here as Carolina. Carolina has taken an edge in Michael Williams. So now we really need either a linebacker, a safety, something like that. But to be honest, one of the higher rated players on our leave, Martian. Wow, they got him 6. I am blown away. Malachi Starks is third. Sean Judkins, edges. John, Eric Horton, Xavier Winston, Prince. You go just double edge. You guys have got player needs on tackles, man. Ugh. Just go double. You're running 3-4, so that means you're running Michael Williams, Derek Brown in the center is probably, and then Jared Wilson second. Ray Zabel's rated high. I hate Jared Wilson. We can probably grab him with 57. So the problem is we don't. Oh, here, secondary, big secondary. Right, anyway. Rated 37. Benjamin Morrison, secondary star. Benjamin Morrison, Carolina. This is Bucks have Jahad Campbell. Obviously, you need a 3-4 edge. You already got the line. You look at edge. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, because I don't really see a way in which are, not taking a 3-4 in this situation. Traded back to get more picks. You've traded back to put yourself in a 3-4 edge. Princely, primary starter. Yeah, he's gone. This is good. Now, this is another interesting one. You're obviously in a fantastic place, but where do you have people? We're obviously at nose tackle, looking for guards, not tackles. Even later on, you are looking for good. Tyler Booker's definitely. Beyond. Oh, Josh Simmons, Donovan Jackson, definitely. Josh Ariante, secondary rotational. Oh, come. Zone guard, primary starter, Tate. Yep, you take the back. Carolina edge corner. I feel like this is one where we really want to go out and go look at like a Jalen Royals, 6 foot, 901 RAS, body control, wide receiver. Obviously not looking for. When I say that is it wide receiver is a secondary need. Coverage safety is probably the way we put this. Where are they? Akuba, Winston, and Branson. Akuba's rated. Watts is Kevin Winston, 74, unless run, in which case I'm going to have secondary third. With it. Now here I really want to take Urasay, but the Carolina Panthers feel like they here Jared Wilson at center's probably the right answer, though they have Gray Zabel higher. Gray Zabel is actually rated as so that's something. Darian Porter, wide zone corner, secondary starter. Do you go really lock it down, or would you go? Look at their X wide receiver. Trey Harris rotation. Higgins rotational. Okay, so we're not looking at a wide receiver. Hold on one second. Petty! Shut the fuck up! Sorry, my dog just keeps barking, barking, and barking. Again, I love that he's secondary need starter, but worth the Uba is not worth the overdrive. I'm in such an interesting place here because I just want to take Darian Poole, give us that second cornerback to really go out there with J.C. Horn. That gives us 4 lockdown corners. I'd be super happy with that moving forwards, but I also really am worried about the long-term tackle. Don't have ancillary depth. I have to at least take somebody that's second, not take wide receiver corner that I'm not primary starter. I'm not gonna lie, I'm taking Darian Porter. I don't really care. Let's go double corner. Kiss my butt. Okay, here is a perfect scenario. Do I go here and take Kyle Williams, who I really like? Take Jaden Higgins, who I like? That's certainly possible. We're down a little bit farther. I've already got corners, so I took 2 of the best corners in the draft. Look at line. You know what? Where do we have Higgins right? I'm just going to take. Need to give Bryce. Let's see the highest rated wide receiver. Higgins, Williams. Higgins. Giving him. I'm giving our quarterback of the future, Bryce Young, or at least the future now. The wide receiver out of Iowa State, 6'4", 9.63 RAS. So absolutely amazing, explosive. Very excited to give Bryce this down the field weapon. He slips just a tiny bit according to these rankings from 60. Or actually goes up. Was 66. He's going 60 right now. Against my better. Against my going. Saints are not trading back. Not worth 12. Now let's go. Quarterback, guard, and wide receiver. Done. Guard. All that. So here we're probably going to look at a unless guard. How do you guys have Quinshon Judkins? You guys don't want secondary. Ginty. Marion Ham. Quinshon Judkins. Taking him considerably later. Take him over Jack Beck. Already took a wide receiver. Alfred Collins nose tackle. Oh, yeah, let me take Alfred Collins. I'm not trading back. If it was this year's pick, I would think, but I'm not. We're going to take a person that person that is advocated very highly for the Carolina Panthers. Jared Wilson, secondary starter. For that reason, we're taking center out. Reject that. Bucks need to pick. They don't picks. I did get you that secondary second neck. Another one where again we should be looking at Dorian. Strong, Denzel Porter, Kobe Bryant. Wow, not a whole lot after. If that's the case, and you got cornerback, that could hurt you guys. Kobe Bryant. Oh, he's right there. You guys got him at. Got to overdraft him. Oh, 120. Denzel Burke. I really, really like Denzel Burke. Not his eye, Alexander. Strong, good. See how you feel. Ancillary need. Okay, so you got through it. Okay. I feel like that's. Oh, okay. Evan, secondary. Could be the scenario where you Carolina. Can't take him there then. Really don't know what the Bucks should do. I mean, obviously, if I'm then I take Ozzy Triple. Have you already have that? You go double edge. 3-4. Yeah, you take Kyle Kano. Once again, working hard on these Saints. I feel like the Saints are in such a catbird. Of course, obviously got the guard of the. Got your wide receiver. Got your cornerback. You've got your defensive. Really, the cornerback edge back room. Dorian Strong's probably the go-to, but if he survives tonight, that would be. Whether or not that's realistic, it's something different. Edge, still haven't really taken an edge. Here, you're going to take that reason. I'm all take the linebacker to give yourself a bit depth down the road. Guys, guard, wide receiver. Look out for Collins for the nose tackle. Got the guard, the wide receiver. I need a. I'm just going to overdraft Dorian. You got. I'm sorry. Got to really. Omar Lott and all them. This one we're going to go back 5 spots. So go to Carolina. We've obviously got edge, double corner, center of the future, wide receiver of the future. So safety is really the one we got to look at here. Don't really have a choice. Billy Bowman, Stanker, Reed. We obviously lost out on the ones that we like. From according to this list, Kuba's gone, and don't box safety Latham. Um, so yeah, safe. If you're going safety here, just go beat. I'm not a big fan of Bowman. I'm more of a center guy myself. Jalen Reed out of Penn State, though, I really like. But at 121, you probably didn't take 10. No way Bowman ain't though. We've already gotten the help down the road. Terrence Ferguson, you know what? Screw it. We're taking the tight end. Give Bryce a bit more. Again, I'm not going to trade back again for them. Probably going to go and we're at the point now where I'm out of the top 100, so I'm out of all these. Now we're at the point where I'm truly picking best available or what I feel like they need, okay? They're still needing an edge. David Walker could be the answer out of Central Arkansas, but at 98, you let him go 2 more picks. Let's take somebody else that might be able to help out in this. Scadabo's an interesting one, but I feel like he's not the answer for you guys. I feel like he's a very big boomer bust kind of guy. Billy Bowman, I just don't like the 5'9", to be honest. Bryshawn Tootin would probably be my 12 if he's there. So here, I'm probably looking at just keep saying best. Don't need a defensive tackle. Take another one a little bit. Go 4-3. You overdraft Kobe Bryant. Another double. Cornerback in this draft? I don't think so. Josiah Stewart, edge. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to take the offensive line help long term, just in case. I'm going to take Charles Grant. I believe in Charles Grant long term. I think he's a great NFL player. This is going to be the one where I'm either going to take or David Walker. Need the edge presence over two. I'm going to go with the edge presence. Let's go here. Carolina, Michael Williams, Benjamin Morrison, Darren Porter, Jaden Higgins, Jared Wilson, Terrence Ferguson. This is absolutely stellar draft for Carolina. But what are we doing moving forwards? Now, obviously, I really like Logan Brown, the tackle at Kansas, 6'6". We're going to need a tackle down the road. We obviously have the center for the future, but we're still really struggling. Jalen Reed is there. Or do I just sit here and attack? I need safety. I'm going to take him. So for that, yeah, I can't keep. Okay, so this is another one. Do I go double edge? Tyler Barron's still on the board. Noel Williams, another corner I really like. Bishal Tootin. Oh, you know what? That's your running back for the future. Bishal Tootin. What? Okay, so this is Carolina's pick. We're going right back. We took the safety of our future. Let's take that offensive tackle of the future, Logan Brown. To trade back one, and I'm going to upgrade my pick. I'm going to. You want me to trade back 6 to get one? Give me the depth. I'll take 6. I'm actually fine with that. We're at the point now where trading back 2 picks to upgrade this pick is. Okay, we're finally getting to pick for these teams. Obviously, we're coming back here. Falcons haven't picked in a minute. They go from 46 to 129, but get 129, 183, 190, 193. We're going to be picking a lot pretty quickly. Cornerback is still a massive need for them. With not a whole lot of guys still left on the board, probably go with another edge rusher. The edge rusher that I absolutely love. The fact that I'm giving this to the Atlanta Falcons tells you that I'm trying my best to be even with these. I'm trying to give you guys the best possible option. As a Carolina Panthers fan, I want Jack Sawyer on this team. I want this team to convert to a 4-3, 2 edges on the side. Let's go get these guys. But instead, he's going to become an Atlanta Falcon. Work out there with James Pierce and Kenneth. I feel like that's the solid first 3 that solves Atlanta's biggest need. Probably a wide receiver with that 183, 190, or 193. We're going to get. Now, obviously, here we've taken the tackle of the future. We've taken the guard of the future. Not really going to focus on offensive line because obviously, if that's the case, Chase Lunt isn't going to get some thought or Belton. We have also already taken a running back. I've already taken a wide receiver and a quarterback. So here, I'm really looking at Stutzman, 9'6", 4.52. I mean, yeah, we're going to go with Stutzman, the linebacker out of Oklahoma. Drafting him one position early, but that's okay. I love that Omar Lott somehow still survived, even with all the other teams picking for themselves. Double edge and a linebacker here. Cornerback and safety are still a big need. RJ Mickens. Oh, that's perfect. Yep, let's go RJ Mickens. I don't think it's really a thought process here. You don't need the offensive line. No top line. Unless you're going to go and take one of these guys. 5.95. I'm really looking at those RAS scores when I look at some of these guys. I really want to see how explosive they are, especially for a position like defensive tackle. Mari Caldwell. So Farmer's probably your best option if we're going to go there, or we're going to take Mickens. 132, 7. Take Farmer. I taken Mickens. Now, this is an interesting one. Does Carolina want to move back into this draft and grab a bunch of guys. I am picking at 146. I'm going to reject that. Reason why I say that because, I on Corey Black. Edge, corner, wide receiver, center, tight end, safety, offensive tackle. Safety, Jalen Reed, and a Malachi Moore on this team could be safeties for a decade. I'm going someplace else with this. Quay Robinson. I really like Quay Robinson. He's going to fall to 1. So for that reason, I go get my two starting safeties for the next. Now I come down here, and did they take the dude that I just said nobody would take? Quay Robinson. Of course they do. Defense. I'm going to need to have the edge rushers. I didn't take them. Antoine Powell, Ryland. I need. That. Yeah, we're going Powell, Ryland. To trade back 1 and 180. Why am I giving up a pick to go back 1 and then get fucked there? No. That's the stupidest pick I've ever seen. Get the hell out of my. Okay. Starting safety, 2 edge rushers, starting linebacker. So we solve a lot of that. Again, cornerback is still the needed one here. Tommy Hill out of Nebraska. Ari Caldwell. Riley Mill. You guys are truly in a pickle once we. I just want to take Dallinger. Low motor and defensive tackle. Let's look at Peebles. I thought got a pretty decent 7-3. Tonka, I thought did as well. 9-4-6. So yeah, we wait and take. That's the case. Don't need a running back. Don't need. It's going to be hard for me. Those two. I've already gotten biggest need. Go to corner. Ransaw is going to survive. If not, yeah, Za. There's some later corners that I really feel like in the right system blow up. This is so tough, especially for a division rival, because obviously I want to screw them so bad. But they really do need help. Different. Let's look at tight. Conyers, like him. Luke Lachey, I really like. 7.42 at 6.5. South Carolina tight end. You don't overdraft these guys. 220. But just go defense. We're going to give him Teddy Buchanan, the linebacker out of Cal. Give him the better of the line. Let them figure out how they're going to make that work. Carolina is about to end their side of the draft. I think they're our first thing. Yep. Plenty of picks for the other teams. Now, here is an interesting one with the last pick. Do you take the wide receiver? Do you take the linebacker? What do you take? I'm a big advocate of Jack Kaiser. Jack Kaiser, the off-ball linebacker. Since we went edge, double corner, we took some other things. We kind of avoided that linebacker position. For that reason, Jack Kaiser is going to be a Carolina pick, really down the road, especially as a coverage linebacker. He's got some pass rush ability, but really he's going to coverage. 169. Basically, last big picks as the Bucks. We solved a linebacker. We solved cornerback is still the one that. Caleb Ransaw. He's going to go there. Don't even think about it. Send the pick in. Take it away from everybody else. So this is another one. James Pierce, Kenneth Grant, Jack Sawyer. This is a top tier draft for you guys. Safety, Keaton Crawford, 9.72, 5.10. Going from 183 to 1. You have to wait 7. I like that. John Crawford, man. Need the safety. Have Bijan, you're not go to a double. Not a guy. Too low. Craig Woodson, 6 foot, 7. Crawford. Bucks, last pick for the Buccaneers. Obviously, we got you a second for next year. Here, you probably just go either one of the best available or something of that nature, with us already taking 2 linebackers, 2 edges. I'm not going to take a safety or a corner. It's going to have to be an offensive player. Whether or not I love, I've pretty much taken every that I could go defensive tackle. Like might be move. Jack Nelson at Caleb Rogers at a tech. 4,300 reps for Rogers. Kind of insane. Defensive tackle, it says, is the last item you need. If that's the case, and you go an entirely deep draft, and I really feel like, especially Mike Isaac. I'm just going to take Peebles. All defensive draft. You got a second for next year. I feel like you got Mike Evans and everything like that. As much as I would have loved to bring in a wide receiver to the team to really help out the Bucks, I feel like just go with what you have. You're going to be running the ball more. Let the new offensive coordinator and everybody figure out what they need for next year and really go into the draft next year. Moving to the Falcons, 2 fantastic edges, a safety and a defensive tackle. Cornerback is still a massive need. Safety is also a massive. Upton Stout, 5'8". There's J.J. Roberts. Like, there isn't a high cornerback here. I'm just going to take the best available safety as a safest pick. This is the last pick for the Falcons as well. So the only one that'll be left is the last 2 picks for New Orleans. Let's see. You took the safety. Upton Stout is way short. I refuse. Hello, Doc. Here was your biggest. Bar Muhammad, but a 3'8", dude is not. Mac McWilliams. Oh, you guys are just gonna have to go out of this without a cornerback. Maybe that's because you guys need to be in on the God, what's his name? Drawing a blank right now. Oh my God. What is happening? Jalen Ramsey. Good Lord. I don't know why that couldn't come to my brain. You know what? Let's look at the wide receivers. You guys are going to 6'8", 5'8". You know what? Fuck it. Andrew Armstrong, wide receiver for that. So now obviously we're going to the Saints, who had one of the better drafts in my opinion. We're getting down to that pick. Jalen Conyers is. Ooh, Nazir Stackhouse, Mac McWilliams. So there's some solid ones still here. So obviously for this one, we have 1 wide receiver. We have our quarterback of the future in Jackson Dart. We have our starting guard, offensive tackle for hopefully the next decade. I've got a corner and defense tackle, edge, linebacker that I'm hoping is going to start really quickly, and then a running back in Bishal Tootin. Oh. So Wells. PD, I'm actually a Jimmy Horn fan, if I'm going to be honest. Give you guys another wide receiver. What? I like Elijah Beck. He could be really interesting and all that. If that's the case, I take a tight end here. That's a big boy. Going with Carter. And then here we are going with Badger. That finishes out the draft. I want to know your opinion. Go to the excuse me. Let me go to the first one. So obviously we make a lot of trades. Trade back big in this draft for all the teams. Whether or not that's trading up, trading back for picks and everything like that. Now, while Atlanta does not amass picks for the future, I feel like you have great starting edge rush, your starting defensive, starting safety, and your backup safety, as well as a wide receiver. With that RAS score, it's going to absolutely be. Now, Carolina, trading back, you get Michael. We add that later pick 52 to get Benjamin Morrison. We add another corner, Darian Porter, and then we still get Jaden Higgins. That first four is a stellar first four for Carolina, especially given the later picks, giving us the ability to add Jared Wilson and then, of course, Terrence Ferguson, the tight end, starting safety in Jalen Reed, and, of course, the backup safety coming later in Malachi Moore. Logan Brown gets a year to develop behind Moton. Most likely next year we will be looking at a tackle. Antoine Powell-Ryland gets an edge rushing presence in there to help out Michael Williams, and, of course, Jack Kaiser at linebacker. I love, love, love this. This is the one that I feel like I really cooked in. Obviously, they trade back. They decide to not just take a quarterback there. They decide to let a row of fallen. Nobody's looking at them. So let's trade back. We trade back with Broncos, get the 20th pick, get some other picks. Obviously, like what I do, I like to cluster a lot of those picks pretty close. So 20, 43, 55, 71, 85. Then we go 98, 100, 112. So that's a lot of really good picks pretty quickly. Wide receiver of the future, quarterback of the future, starting guard for the next decade, your nose tackle in Alfred Collins, starting corner in Dorian Strong, who I really, really like. Charles Grant is going to be able to develop behind your offensive line for at least another year. He's not a tackle. You move him to guard. Now you have your two starting guards for the next decade. David Walker is your other edge presence. Obviously, he's your only edge presence you're taking in this draft. But given all the other options, I don't think the edge presence is going to be as bad. Bishol Tootin is going to be able to also learn a year behind Kamara or whoever else is going to be running the rock. And given his RAS score, he is going to affect stuff quite a bit. Obviously, later we take the coverage linebacker, Stutzman out of Oklahoma. We take the Howson tight end, absolutely insane RAS score, 6'4", could really be a great opportunity for either a Derek Carr or Jackson Dart to throw to. And he's going to be able to help out a lot, especially in the run game. And then Elijah Badger, again, another crazy RAS score, big, dominant wide receiver. You're not asking him to be your number one because you already have Teteroa. You took him so late. He's going to be your 3, probably behind Olave. And again, you still have other guys there. And then looking at next year's draft, you've got the 2nd from Chicago, 3rd from the Chargers, 5th from Miami. Overall, I feel like you are in a really great spot moving forwards. Now, obviously, the last one we go to the Bucs. The Bucs had one of the lead picks besides the Falcons in the draft. We tried to trade back a little bit to try and get a little bit more assets. We end up losing out on corner, but we end up getting Ransaw, so that's a W in my mind. And, of course, that 2nd from the Rams down the road. You get one of the best linebackers in the draft, though there are a little bit of injury concerns with Jahad Campbell. I think this is the place for him. And I mean Tampa, not the number 20 pick. Princely falls to you at 53, so you absolutely snake him up. Kyle Kennard is another highly rated player for the Buccaneers, according to PFF. So for that reason, he becomes a Buccaneer. R.J. Mickens was one of the best available safeties at the time, and with safety being a big need of the Buccaneers, you just need to bite the bullet and take him. Teddy Buchanan, the linebacker, obviously able to learn behind Jahad, might be able to come in there as a linebacker 3 for a little bit. Ransaw is going to be a really great corner. Again, high RAS score. Big fan of that. Ennis Peebles is a good defensive tackle, and especially given if you might be able to trade up even later in this draft, like say the last pick, and go pick that defensive tackle out of Florida, the 500-pound kid or whatever it is. You pair those two together. There's nobody. And not only that, you'll have Vita Vea. Come on, man. This is an absolute no-brainer for you guys. So for that reason, I am pumped. I feel like this is a W all across the board for the NFC South. And I want to know your thoughts, man. Do we really cook with this? What's going on? I want to know. Oh, I want to know. Did I do good? What am I doing? And now this is going to be my one. I'm going to pick every team. And this is going to be a quick one for you guys. I only got about 10, 15 minutes left. I'm going to cut it off about 10, 15. Just like I do every day, Monday through Friday, starting at 9 a.m. I'm going to start extending it out to 2-hour shows once I can start getting a little bit more of a flow going on and everything like that, once I can get my setup a little bit better. But for right now, we're going to keep it at about an hour or so from Monday through Friday, right here free on Roll Coverage, YouTube, Twitter, Kick, soon to be Twitch if I ever get that figured out, TikTok if they unlock my live, all that. I am going to be streaming many platforms as possible, so make sure you come over here and hang out. So this is where I truly believe it's going to go. They're going to take Cam Ward number 1. I don't believe in Cam Ward long-term, especially as a Tennessee Titan. But against my better judgment, that is what the Titans are going to do. Now, there have obviously been a lot of calls regarding the second, third, and fourth pick of them wanting to trade out. If they do not trade out, which is what I'm going to do here, no trades or anything, because obviously if I do trades, I can make one of these teams really happy. But for that reason, I'm just going to take Travis Hunter, the dual threat. The Giants apparently have a thing with taking edge rushers. So for that reason, we're taking Abdul Carter. I don't think there's really a need for us to do anything crazy there. This would be a place that I would love to try. The rumor is that it's going to be Ashton Genty. I don't think so. I feel like it's going to be a Membu, just because I feel like it's not worth you guys overdrafting. So for that reason, I'm going to give you guys Membu. A lot of people think that he's the better of the tackles. I would probably say so as well out of the top two. I'm a big fan, of Ohio State tackle Josh Simmons. So that's a whole separate argument. Now here is another one. You guys need defensive tackle, tight end. It's easy. Just go Mason Graham. I really think that you guys are going to go Tyler Warren. The rumor is that it actually might go Tetaroa, which would be really interesting because that really shakes it up for the later ones. You immediately have to go to wide receiver 2, Golden, who's probably going to slip a distance. But I really don't see Tyler Warren surviving any longer. I do really, really, really like Tyler Warren in Jacksonville. The ability to help out with the Liam Cohen run offense, Hank Bigsby, and ETN. There's so much opportunity there. The blocking ability, and of course, the ability to just pop off over the side and catch a bunch of balls as well. So Tyler Warren is really where I think they're going to go. Now, this is where it really opens up because this is a Genty spot. But the rumor is that it's also a Will Johnson. Obviously, their biggest need being corner. I want to give them Will Johnson. I really do. Is it worth you trading down to Jahdae Barron? I don't think so. I think that he's going to really advocate for him. Texas or the Michigan guy. I'm going to give it to Will Johnson, the quarterback out of Michigan. It's most likely going to be corner there if it's not Ashton Genty. Again, I'm not a big Genty fan. By this point, somebody probably traded up for him. If you're the Jets, I'm going to be honest with you. Aaron Glenn, you're ball a lot. What is the scenario that the Jets decide, hey, man, screw this. I'm just going to take Ashton Genty. And what we're going to do is just, I really don't care about the rest of it. And we're just going to go Breece Hall and Ashton Genty running the ball. And good luck trying to stop it. Do I love it? No. I don't. But at the same time, I feel like it's a real possibility that they go, as much as I hate that. Tackle is obviously a bigger need. Defensive tackle is a big need, but you don't want to take Mason Graham here, as much as Mason Graham and, what's his name? Sneezed and blessed himself. Quentin Williams. So, I don't know. Will Campbell's the big one. Kelvin Banks might be the guy that actually goes up here. So for that reason, I'm probably going to go Kelvin Banks. I think he's going to be a better. Do I really think? I don't know. I really want to give you guys Ashton so bad. But for that reason, I'm going to give you Will Campbell. I feel like offensive tackle is the right way to go, especially with this. Here, Carolina, it says we need corner, center, safety, edge, wide receiver. Edge is the place that I really hope we go. Rumors were taking Jalon Walker. I'm going to keep calling him Jalon because I don't want him on this goddamn team. Mason Graham, I feel like could be so freaking sick on this team. Mike Green is my personal pick here if we do not trade back. So for this reason, what I think most realistically is going to happen is Jalen Walker. This one is going to be an interesting one because I do think they're going to allow a quarterback to fall. I do not think it's worth it that you trade up. While guard is your main position of need, wide receiver could be really interesting with you taking McMillan. Here you're probably going BPA at one of the other needs, which is edge or corner. So for that reason, I'm going to give you Jahdae Barron. This is a perfect scenario for the Bears where I really feel like they are going to take Ashton. So for that reason, that's going to give them Genty, get him off the board. He becomes a Bear, which I think could be really good, but I really don't believe in Genty. I'm going to be 100% honest about that. I do think Omarion Hampton, I do think Quinshon Judkins or some of these other guys are going to fall to the right situation and show us that Genty was a college baller, but really isn't the NFL caliber running back that we think of a Saquon Barkley, when we think of a Breece Hall, when we think of a Bijan Robinson, a Christian McCaffrey. Not that guy. He's close. Probably closer to Cam Scatterbo, but I just don't love it there. Defensive tackle here. This is best case scenario for them. They get Mason Graham, defensive tackle. Here is another one where they obviously really wish one of these guys fell to them. But again, they're going to take one of the guys that is going to help them out. They need offensive firepower. Tataroa McMillan becomes a Cowboy, pair up with CD Lamb. Here you need to protect your quarterback. I don't really care. You can overdraft a corner or something like that. You do not take a quarterback. Safety is not worth it with Malachi Starks. I feel like you really need to protect your guy. And with Banks falling so far, not a tackle, he's a guard. So let's give them somebody to protect him. Now, this is best case scenario for them. This is, I think they would literally run up there and hand in Colston Loveland. Tight end is most likely their pick, and I think Loveland's the better of the two picks long term, especially given the screen percentage. I want to say it was Harold Fannin and Tyler Warren both had like 20% catching, whereas Colston Loveland was like 7 or 8%. That's another big one. Maybe the inflated numbers from the other tight end. Here you do need a edge rusher, so this is either going to be Shamar Stewart, Mike Green, or Michael Williams. I don't believe in Shamar at all. I think they are going to go Mike Green, so Mike Green goes right there. This one, if he falls this far, I do think the Jalen Walker will be a Cardinal, but there's no way at this point that he goes that far down. Shamar Stewart might be the way to go for them. Edge rusher, you're going to need the presence. Here, they would absolutely be over the moon about Michael Williams falling to them. I really do believe that Michael Williams is going to do something well in the NFL. Only played at 60% health of most of the year. Didn't even start practicing in Texas. There's so much opportunity. And especially in the Bengals defense, go get him, man. Go get him. That's all I need you to do. Here, the best option, Josh Simmons, or you probably go guard. So for this reason, I'm going to go Tyler Booker here. This one is a super easy one for y'all. You guys are most likely going to go Jahad Campbell. You guys go higher than that and take Malachi Starks. I don't really feel like that's the best because I feel like Starks can fall just a tiny bit more. Oh, if Jahad's there, he's a buck in my mind so much. What do you realistically? No high-level corners. Emin Worry, I feel like it's Jahad. I'm gonna go with Jahad. If he falls out of the first, I'm gonna be very surprised. Now, obviously, you guys are going running back. This is not even a question. Omarion Hampton is going. If he gets there, he's going to be a Denver. Steelers, you need a quarterback, and if he's there at 21, you don't have another pick. Shadur Sanders becomes Pittsburgh. Now, this is another one. Derek Harmon falls to him or Walter. Now, I'm a big fan and an advocate of Walter Nolan, but Derek Harmon has been flying up starts. And the defensive of that quarter, or I'm not that quarter, that head coach in Harbaugh, obviously, who was the one that Michigan? Mason Graham makes it down to him. Michigan man, no. But for this reason, he's not here. We're going to go with Derek Harmon as the best option. This probably best case scenario for the Packers. Golden is still on the board. Egbuka is still on the board. They're probably going with Golden, if I'm going to be honest with you. So Packers get Golden. Now this is another one. You already have your quarterback of the future, everything like that. Yeah, you take Malachi Starks, man, starting safety for the next decade. This one you should either going to be Gray Zabel or Josh Simmons. Offensive line help is obviously 1, 2, and 3 need. So for this reason, we're going to go Josh Simmons. The Rams need a linebacker, a corner, edge, or a tight end. Scorton, I feel like it. Oh, here's James Pierce Jr. goes there. They're not going to take a center so early, so they're going to take Donovan. Edge here. Scorton comes a Lion. I don't know how you guys can Luther Burden fall this. Cornerback. Best corner. You're going to take Trey Amos. Defensive tackle Walter Nolan falls to Chiefs. Zabel Okay, that is my 2-day removed final mock draft of what I really feel like if nobody traded, what the board would look like. Uh, as much as I hate the Walker pick, looking more and more, Mason Graham falling to the 49ers, fantastic for them. Starks, Golden, Simmons. I mean, there's just solid all over. Hopefully, you guys liked it today. Been roll coverage, man. It's been great. Been doing this now for 2 weeks, streaming Monday through Friday, starting at 9 a.m. Eastern time, right here for free. And it's been awesome. If you ever want to come on here and talk with me, I'm always down to talk ball. I created this channel one need sports for sports sake. Super excited for you guys to be here. Hopefully, you guys check me out on my stream tomorrow, the draft edition one, where I'm going to do a stream during the morning. And of course, during the draft, I'm going to be on a few different shows. Make sure to check me out. I'll be tweeting them all out. Hopefully, you guys have a great rest of the day. My name is, this is Roll Coverage, home of the press conference breakdown, home of the place to talk about sports. Welcome. I hope to see you on the next one. Have a great rest of the day. Peace.